Most of the doctors, when they couldn't get an answer through blood work and other means of testing, they'd ruled out leukemia, MS, name it. They were ruling out all of the big diseases. They threw their hands in the air and said, well, you must be depressed. I didn't go for that. I know what depression feels like. I know what I do when I'm depressed, and I was not doing that. My body was in perpetual pain. I felt like I had the flu 24/7. That tired, achy, all over feeling, and I knew something more was wrong. And I finally found a medical doctor that was aware enough and knew enough. He ruled out his tests as well, but then he diagnosed the fibromyalgia just through elimination and the trigger points. How the symptoms of fibromyalgia affected my day-to-day life, I couldn't work all the time. There were days that I would leave work early. I was too tired, I was too achy. I shuffled around when I walked because it hurt to walk. Not being able to do the work I wanted, not being able to rise to the occasion and to fulfill my own expectations was heartbreaking. And it was depressing. And so therefore the chronic fatigue and the fibromyalgia that they were diagnosing as depression led to depression that I had to fight through on my own because I don't react well to antidepressants. So I've got a friend that was coming to Dr. Salas, and she was raving about him. She is a naturopath herself, and she was telling me such wonderful things about Dr. Salas and how she loved him, and his techniques were just completely different than anything she'd ever experienced. And it got my curiosity up, and since I still battled with fatigue, that was the biggest issue, was just the chronic fatigue, being a mother, a wife. My first impression of Dr. Salas was wonderful. Now, coming in, before I met him, I am a huge skeptic. So I was ready for a snake oil salesman, to be honest. He won me over quickly. He's very personable, he's understanding, and he could read me like a book, which is kind of scary. But it's also very endearing and comforting. He was different from all the other doctors because he listened. He believed me right off the bat. I didn't have to try to prove anything to him, and actually he let me just sit and he told me what was going on. That was kind of interesting, and he was right. It was very comforting when Dr. Salas heard me and didn't want to throw pills at it, but also supported my belief that it was through diet and exercise and the physical health aspect and looking deeper, not just at the symptoms and trying to treat the symptoms, but treating the problem, the core. The differences I started to feel immediately was a little more energy throughout the day. I could get through the day without my afternoon slump. I didn't have the same brain fog, hard to concentrate, hard to recall. Not that I was having significant problems, it just seemed easier. It gave me more energy to spend time with her and to do the things I enjoy, not just to be mom, but to play a little bit and take that little extra effort. Huge impact. And that does make an impact on your yoga practice and just your overall well-being, because the more balanced you are physically, you are mentally and emotionally as well. So it all goes hand in hand. So it just enhanced my practice because I was healthier. Probably just being more in tune with my body. I think the more natural approach you can take to any kind of medical concerns you have, the more in tune with your body you're going to be, because you're not masking symptoms. You're actually treating the cause. And to treat the cause, you have to be aware of what's going on with you. So I think there's just a natural tie to the two. And so that's how I was able to be even more mindful of what was going on. It's so many areas of difference since I've started working with Dr. Salas. It's just kind of, there's such subtle changes. I mean, they're huge, but at the same time, it just enhanced all of my life. You know, not just my relationships and my job, but it's just a day-to-day level of joy and content and happy, and you don't realize the pain you endure on a daily basis until you're free of it. And then your life rises to a whole new level. I feel incredibly hopeful about the future. I feel that there is going to be an answer for any kind of pain or anything that may come up, and it doesn't necessarily take surgery or a pill or any kind of terribly invasive procedure. The answers truly are within our own body. We just have to find them and treat the root source and the root cause of whatever's going on, and not the symptoms. I would definitely recommend Dr. Salas to anyone that is dealing with any of the problems I've had or any other problems. I think there is a place in everyone's life for his kind of treatment. My name is Chris. I'm a patient of Dr. Salas, and I am a yoga teacher. I obviously love to do yoga, but I also love to spend time with my family and my friends, and I just love life.